Hi friends, so today for Challenge Accepted, we are going to take on the challenge that's at Rediscover Your Stash for the month of September 2020. And it is text/print, I think it is, which is awesome because I love all that kind of stuff. So let me show you the papers I'm looking at using. I'm going to be using my Shimelle Best of Both Worlds September 2020 kit that I put together, which is also my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. So I'll try to remember to link my video spelling that out, like I go through everything very carefully, and the hows and the whys and what I pulled for my stash and what actually was in her kit suggestions, all that kind of thing. So for this layout so far, I think I want to use this really nice blonde wood grain, which is from Felicity Jane Next Stop. It's a 2016 paper. How could I have not used a wood grain from 2016? It's inconceivable. To mat my photo, I think I want to use this really nice bubblegum pink paper from Pebbles Live Life Happy that I picked up from my little scrapbook store. It is called Have a Good One. And I'm looking at it for this side. I also have the flip side in my kit to use all the cut aparts, so don't worry. Cut aparts will be used. And now the final one, because the She's Got a Ticket to Ride song keeps going through my head over and over. The final one I have it's called Round Trip from She's Magic, Dear Lizzie. Not that old of a collection. Do we have a Datey-Roo? I'm sure we do. It's from last year or something like that. So not old at all. Let's see. Made in the USA. Good to know. That's, 2019. And I wanted to fussy cut out a bunch of these tickets because that darn song keeps going through my head to go with the picture. Here's my picture. It is a 4x4 for the most part. And it is, let's see, it's a 4x4. And my daughter just started her first job after college. So the job I call the big girl job, or the big kid job, whatever. So she is in this class right here. This is the class that is starting all at the same time. They call them classes. So, and she is right down here. And you can barely tell, but I know where she is. And I liked the picture because, one day she'll be like, who is in my class again and all that. And I think these kind of things, these moments should always be documented. So with all that in mind, now, with the text idea, I went and grabbed my black thickers. And, well, some are by Sticko. Oh, and this one is by whom? Who is this one by? All right, so I grabbed my black. This is by, Prima. They're called Alpha Blends. Cool. I got it at Tuesday Morning, like in 2016. Probably should use that more. Okay, so I thought I'd bring in a bunch of black text. Now, in this kit that I have put together, I do actually have the alpha that Shimelle suggested, and it's kind of like an iridescent silver, which is kind of cool. So I do have this, and I'll do one word in it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I do know I need to invoke wax paper for my title. I have to cut out a bunch of the tickets, because I really wanted to use this as tickets for fussy cutting stuff. This side's great. I really like it. It looks like tomato soup. But this side has some ideas that I have, kind of like, oh, that's the ticket, yada, 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 or she's got a ticket to ride. So I'm going to trim off this branding strip and keep it because it is kind of awesome. I'm going to mat my photo in this bubblegum pink color because I think that would be the color, off of these that will pop the most. And kind of cool, there's some orangey bits in here. So the colors will work just fine. And yeah, so once I have a little bit better grasp of what I'm doing and what my title is and all that, I will come back and update you with my progress. All right, my friends, let me show you my progress. I went ahead and gutted my pink paper. Awesome, because this wood grain is like the most beautiful in the history of time, right? But I still thought it needed a little bit of pop. So I did that. And I did also go ahead and detail cut out a bunch of these little tickets like we discussed. So that's good. Kind of like that. I popped up my photo on a little bit of foam, and I did go ahead and mat it in the pink paper as well. Oh, and I used one of the O's in that Heidi Swap Thickers set to circle my daughter's picture, because why not? So I have that. So I clearly need to attach everything down. And then I came up with my texty title. Okay, it's a quote. And the quote reads, "When you stand out from the crowd, you position yourself to change the world." Awesome. And what I did do, because I said I wanted to bring in the that Heidi Swap alpha, because that was the alpha that was in this set, is I went ahead and every time it read the word you, even if it's in yourself, I used that font. So it's going to be my repeating element there. Then there is a lot of stuff going on here. This is super black, and the rest of my layout is not super black. So what I think I should do is go ahead and grab my ink. I have a VersaFine Clair in Morning Mist, and it's kind of a charcoal gray. I think I'll go ahead and ink in all my edges so it'll make sense that this is super dark, right? But all of this is light and pretty and airy. Let's deepen those colors up a little bit. And then, like, for the most part, this layout is going to be done. Now, I do have in my kit, and I haven't even really looked through this, I have a sticker book that has alphas and little words and all that kind of stuff with silver touches, which is great because, you know, my chipboard alpha does too. I have this Maggie Holmes Sweet Story embellishment pack, ephemera pack. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I also have that Sweet Stories sticker book that was in my kit in the beginning. They're clear stickers, not sure if we're doing that. I will be using at least one set of, or, you know, a couple of these shape sprinkles and or my enamel dots. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do all of that inking, get my title down, all that kind of stuff, and we're going to see if there's anything that we even have to do on this layout. Okay, I'll be back in a jiffy once I do all the inking and all those good bits. Okay, friends, so this is what I have. I have everything is attached down, adhesed, whatever you want to call it. Everything is stuck to the page, except for these floral pieces that I did decide to bring in after all. I wasn't quite sure till I got it going. Oh, and I still have to trim this out and ink it, and I have to ink my florals. Then all I really have left to do at that point is see if I want to slide in a couple of these stickers. Not sure. I really have to take a good look at them. I don't want to put in any of the wordy bits because I think I kind of have enough of that. This is just alphas. Okay, so I won't need to grab in this book, so I can move that to the side. So I need to see if there's anything I need from here. I've chosen all of these pieces, so I'll go through here, and then of course I know I want to finish off with some of these little dimensional bits. Oh, and I'll probably pop up that pink flower there and maybe one over here as well, just so I have some flat, some dimensional, whatever. Now my entire title is dimensional, and I'll show you the layout a little bit more, you know, move it back and forth for you at the end, just so you can see what's what. So, I mean, seriously, this is done. I know there is a ton going on, but that seems to be kind of my thing, that I like to have a ton going on. Oh, and by the way, big news. I am now upstairs in my permanent scrap space. I had 2 kids move out on the same day. One college related, one big boy rented his own home related. So I am upstairs with a great window right there. I have a giant window right there. So I have all this light and I can see outside, and it's a great place to be able to create and bring you content. Okay, I'm gonna get these other things stuck down, and you and I can finish up with some of our enamel dots and maybe a couple stickers. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this up. What have I done? Okay, so I popped this, and this up on a little bit of foam, so we have some extra dimension even with our die cuts. Now, I know a lot of people would be kind of freaking out that this is so busy, but I'm good with that. Oh, and I grabbed a few different little butterflies, some alphas, as well as this camera from the Sweet Story sticker book. It's by Maggie Holmes. There's 437 stickers, and they're the clear ones. So clear stickers aren't always my vibe, but in this case, when I have so much bold stuff, I think it's actually going to be helpful that I don't have so incredibly much going on. Because, I mean, this girl's got a lot going on with this stuff. So I'm trying to decide where to put each of these little butterflies. And I thought I would go ahead and put them into the little sticker clusters, just a little something extra. Now let's see where we can get this camera on. Probably right there with the picture. That would make sense. Going across, and let's see where we want to get Shay's name. How about on this green one? It says train admit 1, and it's not like she's going on a train trip here. So, and since I don't think I will put them on nice and clean, let's go ahead and put them on wonky. Meaning we're not going to be super careful about where we put them. My stamp block feels like it has some embossing, like liquidy goo on it, so I have to clean it off. My letters are sliding all over the place. Kind of gross. Okay, so those are on. Not super straight, not super precious, but that works. So we know who we're talking about here. Although, you know, my son works with my daughter, but, you know, it's fine. It's awfully floral as well. So now for these little hearts, let's get some of these in. These are Doodlebugs shaped sprinkles, and this was on Shimelle's supply list. So I'm kind of feeling like the white ones because we have lots of color, but I don't need anything super dramatic. So maybe I will just, see the white with that white is kind of, Okay, let me just start here. So we can see a little bit of shine peeking out here and there. We'll put a cute little white one up with a butterfly as if that's part of the cluster. And then let's get a white one down here. Now these two that are white actually have the most adorable little polka dots. And part of me is thinking about putting that one down here because I have such a big cluster. Okay, now let's see if any of these colors will match. I do have some of this deep blue. It's not what I was trying to bring in. This is not the set that Shimelle chose. I'm sure her set would make a lot more sense. How about let's bring in the baby blue. I associate this daughter with blue. So let's go ahead and I have stuff there. I can hide this partially under there, the giant ones. I always like to kind of get those big ones used if I can because they're kind of a pain, quite frankly. All right, so I have that. I will go ahead and do the same thing, hide that one just a little bit, and then maybe bring in a smaller little fella over here. So I have 1, 2, 3. I also have that shiny bit. So let's see if I could bring in this peachy color that's in here. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll bring a little one of that in. This over here, and it already has medium, so I'll bring in, I like it over there with the other enamel dot. And then this one, I could probably go with a medium as well as an itty bitty. Come on, little itty bitty one. There we go. All right, so that will be wrapping up my challenge accepted layout using text. Now, Kathy approached this in a really different way. Like, she has massive text all over her page, and I think hers is awesome, but this is mine for the day using my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, which happens to be my Shimelle Best of Both Worlds kit for September 2020. Goodbye, friends.